We're here at Face of Finals, and we have our second interview with Xp3 from Elevate, who just lost to Virtus.pro 2-0, but still was pretty close. So but let's actually start off with your preparations before this event. How much preparation did you get? Did you get a boot camp, stuff like that?
No, we didn't get any boot camp, especially we just practiced online with the teams we had. There was a lot of lands in between with Civo and ESCA. Civo, our roster couldn't make it, so they played with Ringers, so that cut off like a week of practice as well. Then when they got back, we started playing again. And then with all the roster changes in NA, there was not many teams, so we couldn't really prepare as much as we wanted to, but we tried to manage and played actually a lot against Liquid that is out here. And pretty much nothing really special.
So how much did the NA shuffle affect you guys? I know you haven't made a change really, but did at least some of the guys get an offer from one of the other teams? Was there anything like that?
Not really. I don't think anybody got offers, or maybe a few of us got offers, but we had a LAN coming up and we wanted to focus on that, so I'm pretty sure the offers got declined by my teammates. And then we could, just because also we like our team, we just wanted to keep it together and try to improve and get better. So we don't think like changes will affect anything. Especially, I think if anything, it benefits us not changing our team. With all these teams, pretty much like the entire NA scene just changed, so they're gonna have to work like a lot again before they get good. So I think if anything, we're in a good spot right now.
So what do you think, how do you think the NA scene is going to pan out once everyone gets comfortable with the changes? Do you think you're going to stay in that like top 3 to 4th place where you're sitting at basically right now, even though you've solidified your placing with the qualifying into this event? So basically, what do you think the teams are going to be like once they get comfortable with the changes?
I mean, it's definitely going to be hard. It's always been hard online, and with all these matches we have to play, it's kind of hard to like focus on practicing only and just get ready for a tournament, because we always have to play matches online in NA. So I think we can do it. We can't be lazy. Like, we can just like be like, okay, we did this, we're good, or we've been beating those teams now, so we can just like sit back and relax. We have to keep on trying to improve and get better. And if we do that, I think regardless of the change, and if any team got stronger or not, like, we'll still be able to maintain our top 3 in NA, I'm pretty sure.
So who do you think got the best deal out of those teams that changed lineups? There's Cloud9 obviously with 2 changes. There's CLG with 1 change that we don't really officially know, at least as of now. Luminosity, Nihilum, all of those teams made changes. So who do you think got the best deal?
I mean, on paper, probably Cloud9 if they work together. They have Skadoodle, which is a really good pickup, and he's insane. So I think that helps a lot. And Freakazoid, if he starts like actually playing a lot, he can probably get a decent level. Cloud9 definitely had the better team on paper now. How it's gonna work out, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, because all the other teams, also the team with the Eco and Semphis, could be really scary if they work together well. So we'll have to wait and see a few months, I'll say, until like the next Civo LAN or ESCA LAN, see where NA is standing.
What do you make of European guys coming over to US? There's the first time basically with Pyth that we've seen throughout the last few years, actually, ever since almost EG when they got Lurpis, obviously. So what do you think about European players unproven basically with Pyth? What do you think about that?
I mean, Pyth is a really good player. He's an up and coming, so I guess it's a good chance for him, and he's probably going to bring a lot to that team. He's got a lot of European experience, so he's definitely, if he meshes well with them, and they don't have as much as a communication problem, which I don't think, because Pyth speaks pretty well English, I think it can be a lot stronger than they were before. So it's definitely a good move, having some like European blood in NA that could like bring in their experience and share it with the others. So I'm excited to see what he can do.
So let's talk about the Virtus.pro match a little, because you started on Nuke and you were down 11-4, but then you got 10 straight rounds, I think, after losing the pistol. So it was 14-4 to 14-14, but then you lost and you basically had a force buy because you kept losing those players. You were in so many clutches. So what do you think went wrong in that 11th round, basically, when you were down 14-15?
I think we maybe got a little bit too comfortable. We felt like we're gonna take them, and we made a little like misplays that cost us like those last 2 rounds, especially the one at 14-14 where we gave them 15. We had the read on them. We knew where they were going. We knew they were going lower, and we had a little bit of miscommunication on our team, and we kind of ended up like in situations where we shouldn't have, I guess. And pretty much, I mean, our T side, like, we got them exactly where we wanted. Like, we knew we were going to peak Nuke because the map is not played anymore, so they probably don't practice it as much. So that was our pick, and our nuke has always been a strong map for us. So even starting T side, we were like kind of confident. We were like, okay, if we get pistol round, that's 3 rounds. If we played smart, we don't get ecoed, which we did. We got the 3 rounds. Then a lot of rounds came out actually pretty close. I think we could have easily got 5 or 6, but they got the upper hand on some clutches on us, and we ended up only getting 4, which was good. But I also lost CT pistol. That didn't help out because we gave them 14. So there was like no more room for mistakes, and unfortunately, like we kind of brought it back, but we made like 1 or 2 mistakes in some rounds that cost us the game.
How confident were you with Cobble coming out as a second map? Because even Adran said that it's kind of hard to get Cobble practice in NA, just because nobody plays that map because of ESCA not having that in the map pool. So how confident were you on that map?
Well, we tried to play it as much as we could for the past like week. So we practiced against Liquid actually a bunch of times because they were like the only team kind of preparing the map. But like you said, like not many teams touch like Cobble at all. So every time we try to look for practice on Cobble, no one wants to play it because they'd rather focus on other maps, obviously. But we were obviously like, we knew it was going to be harder than on Nuke. Like we're going to have to like actually really step it up to like give them a match and try to win Cobble. And I mean, I think it shows like we still did okay, but like we could tell that we were lacking some experience on it. And like if we actually like prepare better, that's a map that we all like and kind of comfortable with it, but it's just a bunch of stuff we don't know. And like we could tell Virtus.pro was just like a lot more prepared, and they just outplayed us.
You were still up, I think 6-2 before they started coming back. They had like 5 rounds in a row. In the end, it was 7-8 only, even though you were up so much. So do you think just you ran out of stuff to run just because you didn't know what kind of a response to go with against Virtus.pro?
I think so. Honestly, like I think at some point I was kind of stuck. I didn't really know what kind of decision I should make for my team, and like usually we have like Dizzy and then they're like my teammates kind of help me out, and like they throw out ideas to like guide me somewhere. But this time we were just all kind of lost sometimes. We just didn't know really what to do, and we had a bunch of strats like executions and everything. We have a bunch of smokes down and all, but it just wasn't enough. Like it wasn't enough, and at some point we started like to crumble a little bit. We were just like getting caught off guard in some situations where the rounds were like close and then someone flanks us and we're not paying attention, stuff like that. And then we kind of blew it off away because like you said, we were up like 6-2, and then at this point we could tell they were like kind of getting like uncomfortable, but we didn't take advantage of it, which we should have by doing something maybe a little bit different and play a little bit more confident. But we just tried to stick to what we were doing, and at some point they caught up, and that's how I think they came back and won the actual half 8-7. And I also think like that's a really good half for them in CT, because this map seems to be like really heavy T-sided right now, because we haven't figured out how to play CT much. Even the Euros, I feel like it's always like really like strong T-sides. You see like 10-5s, 11-4s. It's not like really uncommon. So I felt like we could still do it, and we started off strong against CT. We won pistol, we won ecos, and then after that we just couldn't stop them. They were just running a default strat where they were applying pressure on B and like pretty much everywhere on the map, and we just had no solution. And we tried like some different stuff, but it just didn't work out, and in the end they just like beat us.
So now in front of you, you have either TSM or Navi, depending on who loses. What type of what gameplay would you say fits you better? Is it Navi with a slower pace, or is it TSM who is kind of more going off of defaults, going off of just whatever they feel like sometimes?
I think Navi definitely would be a better matchup for us, just because TSM is kind of like, they have kind of this like Swedish playstyle where they're like really unpredictable, and they do a lot of random stuff that is just like not even stuff they normally do, but they just try it out and they just like walk out somewhere and try to get picked. So if we're not able to counter that kind of play, like we have troubles like handling it, and we can just get crushed. So like I think Navi is more of a team that plays like more methodical, so I think that kind of matches better. But regardless, we'll see, and we're excited to play anyways, so yeah.
All right, that's pretty much it. Thanks for the interview. Do you have any last words, shout outs to fans, sponsors?
Well, thanks to Elevate for sending us out of here. Our sponsors, Razor, mostly. And there's a bunch that honestly I can't remember, but I'm sorry about that. And yeah, thanks for everyone supporting us. I know like NA is rough right now, but we'll try to do our best to represent the best we can.
So Elevate doing the best they can. We'll see you later at Face It Finals with another interview like this.